What's up, guys? Sub-Zeric here, back for another VOD review, doing another Set 16 VOD review today of Mr. Robinsongz here, because I mean, you know, it's nice to jump around to different players, not just stick on dish soap for every single VOD review. I could do 50,000 dish soap VOD reviews, but it wouldn't be that interesting. And Robinsongz played a comp that I'm interested in, one that I actually haven't got a chance to play yet myself, one with some very cool unlock conditions, a lot of stuff going on in it. And you can already see a piece of that in that we start off with this Draven unit here. So Draven's a very cool unit. He has a lot of pieces to him. One is that if he gets 11 takedowns, then he farms you a gold, and Draven actually securing those kills counts for a double, so you can actually get it within 6 takedowns if Draven is securing the kills on all of those. Here we opt to sell off, what, the vein here? Yeah, we sell off the vein here just to buy out most of our shop here, some bruise repairs, but yeah. Saves and count, high voltage, no scout, no pivot. I took this one on stream. I don't think I've talked about this in video, but this is a cool new one. So your max interest goes up to 7. You gain 3 gold now, and then after you gain 60 gold in interest, you gain 30 gold. Now, 60 gold's a lot in interest. I played this in Scuttle Puddle and didn't get this until like mid-stage 4, I think. So you really are only taking this from Super Econ Opener. I think under normal circumstances, you're probably not taking this unless they buff the gold up, because just saying your max interest is increased to 7, gain 3 gold until you get this, 30 gold spike at 60 gold in interest is really tough. High voltage is obviously the same. And no scout, no pivot's another one that is, obviously returning augment, but has been changed. So it still has that no scout, no pivot. You can't move units off your bench, but it's a team-wide buff now. It doesn't just buff the units, which opens you up to not actually having to play reroll with it anymore. Means that you can play some other stuff. We also see, ooh, Bringer of Ruin. Every takedown Atakan stores permanently grants him 2% AD, AP, and 30 max HP. Wow, that sounds pretty sick. And Robin here, I mean, he has a good opener for it. He has some Noxus units already, so he's looking at Bringer of Ruin. I mean, there's also this new BT one. It's basically gives you a BT, makes the allies who are holding a BT lose HP at the start of combat, but they gain a shield and AD, which, usually you don't feel too bad about, because obviously, you have the BT healing to heal you up over the shield. So yeah, we're going to take this Bringer of Ruin. Okay, this is pretty sick here. So the Atakan and Noxus by kind of extension is it's the summon trait, this set. It's an interesting summon trait because the summon kind of effect of it, the condition for it to proc, is actually dealing damage to opponents' units. It's 15% of your opponent's board has to lose HP, essentially. Like, if their board has, 2,000 HP, then they have to lose 300 HP. So it's an interesting... It is an interesting summon in that you have to do damage. I feel like a lot of summons in the past, things like old school Scion. Do people even remember the like zombie skin Scions? That was set like 5, right? I feel like, oh my god. Comment down below if you guys are like, what even was that? Like, if you guys weren't playing back then, because that's like when I started getting back into TFT. So for me, that still feels... It doesn't feel fresh. I had hair when that set was going on, but still, I mean, I played it at least, versus like the set 2 and 3 stuff. Like, I don't even remember any of that. I played set 1 and then didn't play sets 2, 3, or 4 at all. Took a break to go play League of Legends. Yeah, nice try. But it's this kind of summon trait where, that set, this summon trait actually procced by your own units losing HP. I'm trying to think of another summon trait recently, because I feel like, that's been kind of the trend. But this one, you have to do damage to summon. And then Atakan is a pretty interesting summon. From what I can see, Atakan is just a damage dealer, a tanky-ish damage dealer, but a damage dealer nonetheless. So one where it makes a lot of sense. I mean, to be fair, this augment is buffing up Atakan's tankiness a bit, scaling up the HP as well as the AP. So there's something to be said for it there. And I guess remember as well what we talked about with the Draven. We're getting close to that. We should be like basically at, and yep, there's the gold. I would say for the 11th takedown for Draven. I guess he hasn't been like last hitting that many units, or else we would have more takedowns. But this means we unlock Darius, which is really nice to get us towards getting in that 5 Noxus, which is obviously another big spike. And Draven and Darius do kind of have this. It's like one of these units where they're kind of paired up. Same with Twisted Fate and Graves, and I feel like there's another one. Oh, Ashe and Tryndamere. All these units. The idea is, you can unlock one with the other. You can unlock Darius with Draven, and then if you want to reroll them together, boom, it's very easy to do, and they even, their abilities synergize together, which is really cool. But yeah, hoping to unlock LeBlanc here, and I accidentally unlocked LeBlanc the other day. I'm trying to think of what LeBlanc's unlock condition actually is. Let me go pull it up real quick. Yes, now I remember it is. Fill a Scion with 2 items equipped. So actually, yeah, just slam the item here and then we get LeBlanc here. Really nice stuff from Robin. That is one of the, it's not much of an APM check, but definitely something that you are going to have to remember to do this set is, get your unlocks on minions by slamming items or, leveling early. I had a game just that I played today where I actually leveled up to, ooh, and he's gonna, wow, he full reforged Death Cap and actually got Crown Guard. I mean, there's not much worse than Death Cap in this spot here. AD items are great, tank items are great, so he ends up hitting. Wow, that's actually sick. But yeah, what I was going to say is, I actually leveled to 9 to get one of these like level 9 5 costs in, which was really kind of a cool thing that you can do. All right, some new augments. Continuing, Indiscriminate Killer. This is GS, but the GS effect works against everybody instead of just tanks. Know Your Enemy also got a change where you can now see who you will fight next, which is a really cool change to it. You literally know your enemy. This augment was already pretty solid, so I feel like that's a pretty big buff to it. Once again, an already good augment. And then Mess Hall has been downshifted to a gold augment, which I feel like is a lot better of a spot for it, honestly. So kind of a similar effect, but now at a gold augment. Looking for just something to, I mean, just solid combat here. I mean, I don't even hate Indiscriminate Killer here. Just get a GS here. I guess he's trying to think about like how good Mess Hall actually is an augment. And yeah, looking at the Indiscriminate Killer, and he rolls and finds Big Grab Bag, which we are playing a game of TFT in the year anything. So Big Grab Bag is a good pick here. Opt to reforge the rod again, and we grab Hodge here for the Draven, which is a little awkward. We don't really get a great slam out of it. The Hodge with no spell crit onto the Draven isn't going to be amazing, but an item's an item, and we are on a 7 streak, so keeping that streak is important, and the Draven 2 is going to help keep that streak a lot. Draven 2 also increases his own ability to farm gold. At 2-star, I believe he farms 3 per proc, which is kind of a lot. I think it goes 135. I have not played Draven 3 yet this set. I literally have all the units pulled open here, so why be lazy? Why don't I just look at it myself? Because it's literally Control F Draven. It does go 135. Yeah, I'm a beast. I'm basically a beast, and you guys knew that. But yeah, looking good, honestly, for Robin here on a huge win streak here with just this power of this early 5 Noxus, getting this upgraded Atakan here. Just doing great stuff. I would think you would want to finish off, another damage item for Draven. Yeah, Glove here, looking to be potentially IE eventually, though. Wow, he actually makes the double Hodge slam. Interesting. So, I mean, my only thought is we're thinking of playing into, a vertical Noxus setup here. Yeah, and he's hovering over here with the idea that Mbessa is going to come in later, and she's just going to use all of these Hodges. Must be, right? Yeah, so this is okay, and this is also good to hover over so you can look at kind of like the Atakan effects here. So yeah, like at 3 he's just a carry. At 5 he kind of has this drain tanky effect, and then 7 he drains the souls of enemies on cast. I don't think I've seen a 7 Noxus in my game yet, so I want to see what this with this 7 Noxus, it looks like you're draining the souls, and 10 is one of those, just like win the game ones. And oh, that's not bad at all for Mr. Songs here. Could opt to replace the Darius because, you know, Darius not doing all that much. He does actually at least have the thing where Draven or Darius getting the kill will give you that extra stack for his adoration, which is kind of cool. But I mean, do we really think that Darius is getting a lot of kills here? Nope. And boom, there's our 3 gold cash out for Draven. Such a cool, you know, where you get that kind of like Draven gold farm fantasy of stacking up all the adoration stacks and then cashing them out. I mean, they cooked with this set. Honestly, I feel like every unit just has so much like love put into it. I feel like they just really did a great job. All right, going to chill here. So we have Mbessa already. Mbessa and Swain are not unlocks. So the only unlock that you have to do for early game for Noxus are the 3 costs, the Darius and the LeBlanc here. So that's nice. Gonna pick up, looks like a Warmogs here. And I mean, honestly, if I was Robin, I would consider leveling this round. It is very expensive these days to level to 8. So looks like he's going to just hold out for one more fight. I mean, to be fair, the boards that we're against are pretty weak. So we might be fine here. I didn't talk about it all, but Sign is also, and Robin did hover over it, Sign is one of these infinite scaling units where every takedown he gets a max HP, so getting him on 2-1 with that augment felt really good. And hey, Robin ends up winning this fight, so he ends up getting, being totally fine here. Pair of 4s here with, and you just play Swain plus Mbessa sounds really, really nice. I don't really like any of the other options that much. Yeah, I mean, I think you'd be pretty happy with it. Ooh, wait, I do want to talk about that other augment. I always forget what I've talked about on stream versus in video or not, but this is the Macau Open augment, Arcane Victory. After 8 seconds of combat, stun the enemy team for 1.5 and then repeat this at 24. So it kind of gives you that victor effect, which is really, really cool. So I mean, I love those augments so much. It sucks that like they're probably not going to be able to exist forever, right? This is probably, I would imagine, just a one-time thing, because I would love for there to always be, you know, some kind of shout out in the game to world's winners, but I don't, seems hard to keep those. I mean, they could be evergreen augments, I guess, and maybe they'll keep them for next set or something, but I feel like at some point they'll have to take them out, but hey, who knows. All right, and this is the 7 Atakan in here, 45 takedowns, so a ton of extra max HP. We actually did unlock Set there, which we probably didn't really want to unlock because we're not going to play him. But I mean, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. The way to unlock Set, by the way, if you guys have not played enough of this set, is just by solo frontlining one of these units once you hit level 8. So really easy to hit. If you are ever interested in playing vertical Ionia, you can legit just spawn in a set for free, which is the 5 cost for Ionia. I mean, it's really, really one of the cool things about unlocks is that it adds this consistency, but it just means if you're ever playing vertical Ionia, I mean, you're guaranteed a 5 cost. You're guaranteed the 5 cost for your board, which is just, I mean, it's crazy. If you compare this to, any other set, hitting the 5 cost on 8 is like a high roll, but now it's literally guaranteed. All right, still, I feel like our damage items are in a bit of an awkward spot here. I don't know what we're going to build out of this bow, though, because the Gwynsu's Rage Blade, I mean, solid enough onto the Draven, I guess, but I don't know if we want to really stay on Draven as our carry this late into the game when we're not re-rolling him. I mean, the Mbessa is doing fine right now with the double Hodge LW, but still even like getting some spell crit onto her, one would think would be pretty good here. Also, he's just going to solo frontline her and just going to let her run into the backline here. Has nobody... Yeah, this looks pretty sus, Robin. I don't know if this is the positioning that you want. I think he might still win this fight, but I mean, so... Oh, actually, okay, so this was a cognizant decision from Robin. He does lose his streak for it, which is pretty rough, but he does that to unlock Mel. So if you guys have not seen Mel Medarda from Arcane here, the way you unlock Mel is by having an itemized Mbessa die. And so it's specifically an Mbessa, I think it's Mbessa 2. Yeah, 2-star Mbessa with at least 1 item. So now we've unlocked Mel. Now, I mean, to be fair, I don't know if we necessarily had it, but I guess he really wanted the early Mel because Mel is this very cool unit where she kind of creates these radiant orbs that orbit around the target. They steal mana from enemies hit, and after it drains 250 mana, she generates a radiant item. So maybe his thought process was, I want to get Mel in sooner rather than later so I can start trying to farm that radiant item from Mel. 250 mana is a lot. She does not farm it that quickly. So you need to be getting Mel in really, really early to be able to do this. I also as far as I understand it, her ability says that, it says while gaining mana, she throws out 2 radiant orbs. And so I think it's just kind of, as she gains mana, she summons the orbs. I heard someone say that it was just any source of mana gen, which would be attack speed and obviously mana generation, though you can't really generate more. You can't generate mana faster, if that makes sense. I'm gonna reforge here. We do have a Morello that we can build, but maybe you just want to go. You have JG Nashers, I guess, would be the slams to get your best items. And then you could even just Crown Guard the Mel here for the AP and live with it. I mean, you don't really have a frontliner to throw it onto right now. And yeah, I mean, we'll look closer at the Mel ability. Oh my God, that was crazy. That was yeah, that was what's his name? The guy that Xin Zhao turns into. That was wild, actually. And he does a little. Can we check how much mana we've drained so far? I mean, I can't imagine it's very much. We've drained 15 so far, 15 on the way there. So almost 10%. Well, not really. Almost 10% of the way there. He opts to play Seraphine here for Disruptor. And then, realizes right here that he is losing Para Force value with the Seraphine. He does really... Disruptor does feel really good to get in onto Mel. And, I mean, just any unit's one of the best kind of, extra traits that you can play just randomly. But we do kind of need to find... I mean, ideally, it's Azir, I guess. As your disruptor, and we did just hit level 9, so it's actually quite possible for us to hit that. We find GP, who's another great unit on this board, so we might opt to just play that with the 3 Vanquisher. Oh yeah, I guess my bad on the we don't actually need and that's part of the reason why he was happy to itemize double Hodge, is that we don't need spell crit and best as a Vanquisher. So that is that's why we weren't so concerned about getting any kind of IE or spell crit onto her. And the double Hodge, I mean, honestly, double Hodge LW were really, really solid itemization onto her. You don't feel bad about it at all. Hodge, really, really good on these type of melee carry type units. And what's better than 1 Hodge? I mean, honestly, 2 Hodge when you don't need... Normally in a build, you kind of need to, you need to go Hodge, and then you need some form of spell crit via IE or JG, and then you need Edge of Night or something like that. But, you can just kind of replace that version of spell crit with just, another Hodge in this case. Object Death Cap here for the Mel. We can move items over. We do, I guess, have 1 out of 3 Death Caps for Vhagar, which is kind of hilarious. We're at 35 out of 250. You can see why this one is... I mean, it generates a Radiant item, right? It should be hard to get to. It should be very, very hard to get to. I think Mortog said that 1 person got this on playtest, so it is definitely a crazy, crazy, crazy chase, as it should be, right? Your 5 cost, well, 7 cost actually, I think, generating a Radiant item should not be very common, but yeah, it's pretty good if you do get there. We see an Aurelion Soul on the other side, and it's literally, I mean, ooh, is this? Yeah, I mean, this must be better here. So we just drop out a Vanquisher. We get our Disruptor in with the Azir. I don't know that we're really going to try to play Renekton here, though. I mean, we could just play him on 10, low-key, just level up here after a couple of fights, or Nasus, maybe. We'll see here. Rotate into this guy, who is the guy who actually, this guy has no scout, no pivot, and has a really kind of crazy board here. I almost wish we Vadarud Shamu PBE, because his game looks crazy. He's got no scout, no pivot, but he also has an Aurelion Soul in his board. So he played vertical Targon, but then he also has Freljord on his board. So he's just vertical Targon plus Freljord here. I don't know how he got this stuff in with no scout, no pivot. I guess he played a Freljord opener. Does he have a Nivea on his board? Actually, I really want to see when we fight this guy again, because it's that is a wild board, I will say. But I mean, just I mean, goes to show how crazy this set's going to be. All right, Mel 2 hit here, and we hit an Azir, looking for our last unit to fit in here, and we'll just take a an item for the Fiddlesticks here. Morello, really nice one to him, just because he hits a lot of units with his AoE. He does have a Nivea, so I guess he was playing around a little bit of, but I mean, his Freljords are Nivea plus Lysandre, who he obviously wasn't playing early. And then, I don't know, does he have Brahmin? Not sure, actually. In any case, the Atakan doing very, very, very good damage. Robin, 90 HP here. Does pick up Renekton here, who I guess he's opting to play Invoker here. I feel like Renekton. I mean, I guess to be fair, a lot of none of these units are really itemized. I feel like Renekton might do more here. Who's this? It is Braum here. So yeah, I don't know how he got here early game wise. I guess he just played a bunch of Targon units in the early game. I will say. Ooh, I will also say he did just hit Aurelion Soul 2, and all of a sudden, like, Robin kind of looked like he was running away with this game, but this guy just hit Aurelion Soul 2, and all of a sudden these fights are looking a lot harder. We do finally fit the Renekton in on this board, who I do think, yeah, better unit. Oh, never mind. He swaps back to the Zill EN here. I don't really think Zillion does all that much, and I think at least the 2 Shurima gives you some stats onto your Azir too, who honestly you might want to move the Morello down to, just because you know, he's a 2-star 5 cost. Oh my god, we just got gapped by the Diana here. Diana plus Aurelion Soul just clearing our backline. And wait a second, this might not be a top 1 from Robin here. The no scout, no pivot scales so hard now, and Aurelion Soul also scales so hard. Yeah, how far is he on the Sky's Descent here, actually? Because if he's near the end here, he's at 250s. Ooh, he's actually 378, so he is almost at 400, which is going to be another huge upgrade here. Oh my god, here. We do it Fiddle too. Okay, that is a big upgrade here. And he did get Void Staff as well for Fiddle, which is really, really nice to get some MR shred onto this board here. So we are going to pick this up. All right. I mean, if we can't win this fight, then we can't win it all, because our board just got immensely stronger, and then this Asol guy is about to spike. Also, look at the positioning for this Asol guy. Full splitting his board so that he tries to avoid Fiddle ult as much as possible. Ooh, close fight. Can the Otacon plus Mel do it? No. We do unlock Nasus here, but that's... I mean, there's no way we can, I mean, if we take it literally perfectly, win this fight, lose the next, I don't think it's literally even possible to make it there, and we'd have to win this fight specifically to have any shot of making it to, obviously, the Force Room win out, which they did nerf on today's PvE patch. They made it a lot harder to get. They added 1 round, essentially, to get to Force Room win out. Wait. Mel did a lot of damage here. Oh, it's so close. We're losing every fight. We're on a 4 loss streak here. We're going to stage 7, baby. Oh my god, this is a long game. He's saying, okay, maybe the problem is that we have this random Kindred in on the board instead of whatever else we got going on here. I mean, maybe. I mean, I don't hate the idea of trying to swap things around a little bit when you are losing, but... I mean, maybe we hit Zillion too. Annie here. Annie seems horrible on this board, honestly. We already have Heal Cut, and she's never casting. At least she's Arcanist, I guess, here. But yeah, the Kindred 2 seems a lot better, even though the traits are not that relevant. I mean, the Quick Striker's not too bad here, and the GS is going to go into Azir. All right. Potentially last fight for us, if we do lose at stage 7, is a lot of base player damage here. We will see. The Sky's Descent, I think, is fully upgraded there, sending out the stars, and it is a 2nd place for Robin. Still a really, really cool game, and also got to show off the other side of the Asol board and this new no scout, no pivot augment. So a really, really fun game overall. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out my Twitch to find links. Someone. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. As always, goodbye. Aw, look at the kitty. Look how sweet. She's taking a little nap. She's taking a little. All right, see you guys later.